Okay, everyone, I am here at Pax Unplugged Saturday with Gates Dowd of Leader Games. How is the con going, Gates?
It's going awesome. This is my second year here. Leader Games, I think, also second. And so we have a whole new booth set up. The second day is a lot busier than the first day. So I don't know if people have seen, but we have our Root Penny Arcade pins out there at the show. Everybody's going crazy for those. And we also have Vast Mysterious Manor at a con for the very first time for sale. So it's been amazing.
Well, this is definitely the most swagger I've seen brought to the convention. I mean, Kyle Farron's artwork is adorning this whole booth. It is bananas, it is thematic, and it is beautiful. But I guess that's kind of representative of the whole Leader shtick, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And I have to give credit to Patty Hoon, our graphic designer. Like, this is all Kyle's art, but Patty put everything together for us. And then the company that we worked for just delivered really wonderfully. We have a crate that our booth fits in, and we get to put it back into the crate. It's like a booth in a box. It's wonderful.
So tell me about the games. What are people interested in here? I see lots of tables, I see lots of people, and there's also some things that aren't even out right now. We have some Root Underworld expansion and then Fort. What's up with these?
Yeah, so I think PAX U is really good to showcase what we're going to have coming up next year. So we have Vast Mysterious Manor for sale here, which we have 3 of those tables going. So we're getting a lot of the people who've enjoyed like Vast Crystal Caverns, because the Mysterious Manor is a standalone sequel to that. So they're still getting the same experience as far as it's asymmetric in the sense of winning conditions. So you are a paladin going in to defeat the spider. The spider's trying to become powerful enough to escape. The skeletons are trying to defeat the paladin. Then you can play as the manor itself. And so a lot of people who had this experience with Crystal Caverns, there's a little bit of a teach to it. I'm sure you've played it. And then we had Root that came out that kind of made that asymmetric teaching style a little bit more accessible. And then what we learned from that, we brought to Mysterious Manor. So we can teach people Mysterious Manor in 15 minutes, and you can walk away knowing that you're going to have a great experience with it. And then also we have the expansion here with the Shadow Paladin and the Paladin, so we have a lot to offer that way. But as far as stuff that we don't have released out that everyone's getting really excited for, of course, we have Cole Worley's new game with us, Oath, Chronicles of a Path in Exile. And with that, we're running those demos from like 2 to 6. We've only been talking about it via Twitter, via Designer Diaries. So this is the first time for people to see the gameplay, the mechanics, everything hash out the way that we have it designed and Cole has it designed, which is really exciting. So as far as to give people what a taste what Oath is about, is a game that remembers itself. It narratively tells a story. So we have the winning conditions in the game. You have like your common objective winning condition that you have, and you also can find winning conditions while you go through the deck that are called visions. And you have the whole playing field with the location cards, and you end up playing cards on the location cards that are either actions you can take while there or static abilities for that whole entire region. And as you're pulling cards, you're also pulling into the possibility of getting a vision that can change the whole trajectory of how the game ends for everybody. Let's say that the game ends in anarchy, then the next time that you play the game, it will start in a state of anarchy. So you have this whole kind of campaign building going on, but you're not writing anything down, you're not tearing anything up. And so you can have kind of this whole story being told in the game narratively for your game personally, and you don't have to keep playing it with the same people. You can reset it very easily. You can have a solo campaign that way. And so it's really interesting where Cole is at with that right now. The other one is Fort, which is actually our first game that we've kind of signed on after this game has already been published. So it was based off of Grant Roddick's SPQF. We signed that on. Because Grant only published a very few amount of copies, and he didn't want to republish it, and it just fit in kind of with our game style that we like to publish. And basically, it's a deck builder that whatever you don't play on your own turn will go out into a trade row that everybody else can draft off of. So we're all familiar with deck builders in the sense that you have a common trade row, and then you end up playing a card, but you play a card, anybody with the same suit of that card can play it to take a public action. And then whatever cards you don't play on your turn will go into a trade row that everybody else can draft off of. And so we also rethemed it because SPQF was kind of this anthropomorphic Roman character, so we had a little similarities to Root, right? But now it's kids in a cul-de-sac, and you're building up your fort. And so you are following your friends by playing on the active player's turn, and you're also getting resources to build up your fort. So it's a really nice, cute, interesting world that Kyle Farron's built for it. And that's also being developed by our very own Nick Brockman, who also helped do development for Vast Mysterious Manor and graphic design for that too. And that one is actually coming direct to retail. That'll be Leader Games' first direct to retail product, hopefully to be at Origins next year. And so we're really, really excited for that because the design's almost done. We're about to hit print on it. All the art assets are wrapping up right now. And then with Oath, we'll be having that in a Kickstarter, hopefully Q1 of next year. And hopefully we'll be coming out at PAX Unplugged next year.
That's amazing. You got a ton of cool projects going on, and especially Fort sounds like almost a thematic return to some of Leader Games' early pre-Vast stuff, looking at like getting into, Patrick Leader's print and play days, hanging out online and just kind of developing games that way. But I gotta say, Leader must be feeling really good to have Cole Worley as head of game development in the last year or so. He has exploded to be probably one of the most revered up-and-coming designers in the industry. This is really amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, personally, seeing Cole as a friend, I came onto the company and just being able to talk to Cole about game design and his philosophies on that, but just seeing Cole as my friend, I'm very, very proud and very happy to be able to work with him. But also it kind of just says, like, Patrick has done a very well job thinking about Leader Games and the games that he wants to serve to his community and everything like that. And the really cool thing is, like, yes, Cole is making amazing games and we're so excited to work with him, but everybody at Leader is very much involved into the project, and like Patrick also has games coming up into the pipeline I think everybody will be really, really excited about. But yeah, keeping an eye out on Cole's games outside of Leader has been awesome, just as his friend to watch too. So.
Well, we have touched on Fort, we've touched on Vast, we've touched on Oath, but what is the response to Root, the Underworld expansion? How are people liking it once they get their hands on it?
Yeah, so as far, we were running demos of it at Gen Con of like our printout, everything like that. So here we actually have the manufacturer copies, and currently right now we have our Kickstarter backers copies on a boat. It's ready to ship to them soon. So that will start off in January. But as far as everybody's been really, really excited to just have kind of more of Root that they can explore. I think that we all been asking for it. The really cool thing is too, is we're also showing off the accessories that we have for the first time for the game. So we have the resin clear markers, we have the play mats here, and we have like the Vagabond pack, and we're playing with the new Exile and Partisans deck. It's just been great to see everybody's reception of how much they love Root, how much more they want with it, and especially with like even the Root RPG that wrapped up a month ago. So with Magpie, yeah, so it's been great.
All right, well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me, Gates. It's always a pleasure to talk with you, and thank you everyone for watching the Cardboard Herald. Stay tuned for more PAX Unplugged 2019 coverage. Thanks again, Gates.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed this video, we have all kinds of other reviews, interviews, and recommendations via writing, podcasts, and video here on our channel and website cardboardherald.com. Our content is audience supported, so if you want to show your support, please visit our Patreon. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the Cardboard Herald.